Ferruccio Lamborghini was fed up. By the early 1960s, he was already a wealthy tractor manufacturer with a growing passion for high-end cars, especially Ferraris. But owning several Ferraris only brought him frustration. He kept running into mechanical problems, particularly with the clutch, which he recognized as the same part used in his tractors. Determined to get answers, Lamborghini confronted Enzo Ferrari himself, hoping for a solution. Instead, Ferrari dismissed his concerns and famously told him the problem wasn't the car, it was the driver. That single moment didn't just bruise Lamborghini's ego, it sparked a determination to prove Ferrari wrong. What followed wasn't just a personal vendetta, but the start of something much bigger.
Give you Lamborghini GT.
Ferruccio Lamborghini's journey from tractors to supercars began with a sharp sense of purpose. By the early 1950s, Ferruccio's post-war tractor business had become one of Italy's largest, giving him both the resources and the confidence to pursue his true passion: high-performance luxury cars. Despite his achievements in agriculture, Ferruccio was always drawn to the world of fast, elegant automobiles, machines that offered more than just utility. As his fortune grew, so did his collection of high-end vehicles. Ferraris were among his favorites, admired for their style and speed. But Ferruccio's satisfaction was short-lived. He found persistent mechanical issues, especially with the clutch, that frustrated him as both a driver and an engineer. His experience in manufacturing and mechanics made these flaws impossible to ignore. When Enzo Ferrari dismissed him, telling him to stick to tractors, Ferruccio saw both a personal slight and a market gap. The world of grand touring cars, he realized, was ready for something better. Ferruccio's response wasn't just emotional, it was calculated. He recognized an opportunity to create a car that combined the power and prestige of a Ferrari with the comfort and reliability he felt were missing. He didn't want a race car for the track, he wanted a grand tourer that could deliver speed, luxury, and daily drivability. This vision was rooted in his technical background and his understanding of what drivers actually wanted from a high-end car. In 1963, at Sant'Agata Bolognese, his first Lamborghini 350 GT emerged. This wasn't just a new car, it was a statement. The 350 GT offered impressive performance, but what truly set it apart was the level of craftsmanship and attention to detail inside and out. Ferruccio insisted on features that rivaled the best luxury cars in the world, from refined interiors to advanced engineering solutions that addressed the very problems he encountered as a customer. The launch of the 350 GT didn't just mark Lamborghini's entry into the automotive world, it set a new standard for what a supercar could be. Ferruccio's ambition extended beyond simply competing with Ferrari. He wanted to redefine expectations. Every decision, from the choice of materials to the assembly process, reflected his commitment to quality and innovation. The early Lamborghinis were not just fast, they were meticulously crafted, designed to offer an experience that was as refined as it was thrilling. The creation of Automobili Lamborghini was about more than rivalry. It was about building something lasting, a brand that would stand for excellence and push the boundaries of what was possible in automotive engineering. This new chapter in Ferruccio's life was defined by a relentless pursuit of perfection, and it set the stage for everything that would follow. Yet the true heart of Lamborghini's transformation wasn't just in the cars themselves, but in the way they were built. In Sant'Agata Bolognese, the factory became the place where Ferruccio's vision was brought to life, one car at a time. The story of Lamborghini's manufacturing isn't about churning out cars on a faceless assembly line. It's about a process where human skill takes center stage, backed by just the right amount of technology. Step inside the Sant'Agata Bolognese facility, and you'll notice the atmosphere is far from what you'd expect in a supercar factory. There's no deafening machinery or frantic pace, just a steady, methodical rhythm. That quiet comes in part because the bodies and body panels, whether destined for a Huracan or the Aventador, arrive pre-painted and protected, with the Huracan shells painted at Audi in Germany and the Aventadors at Imperiale in Italy. This means the focus on site is all about assembly, fit, and finish, where every detail is scrutinized by human hands. Lamborghini uses just two robots, one to place bodies on the line and one rotisserie to flip chassis, while the rest remains human-crafted. This approach isn't about nostalgia, it's about control and craftsmanship. Workers in black uniforms, each color-coded to their specialty, move with a quiet confidence. They aren't just assembling cars, they're perfecting them. Each artisan is rigorously trained in-house, and the company encourages them to rotate between different stations once they've mastered a task. One day, a technician might be fitting hurricane doors. Months later, the same person could be installing master cylinders in an Aventador. Top artisans often graduate to test driver status after mastering multiple stations, taking the finished product onto the road themselves to ensure it meets Lamborghini's standards. Which machines get the spotlight and which tasks are reserved strictly for human hands? Stay with us to find out. For Lamborghini, the answer is always about balance. While a robot might help with a heavy lift, it's the careful hands of a worker that align a door panel or stitch a seat. The upholstery department is a world of its own, where leather and Alcantara are checked for color consistency under different lighting. Every seam, every stitch is done with the expectation that it will be scrutinized, not just by customers, but by the artisans themselves. Production is measured and deliberate. An Aventador moves through 12 stations, spending about 90 minutes at each. The Huracan takes a different route, passing through 23 stations at 40 minutes each. Digital timers above every workstation keep things on track, but there's never a sense of rushing. Every engine, whether a V10 or V12, is assembled by hand and tested on a bench before it's allowed near a car. The pride in this process is visible, and it's why waiting lists for these cars stretch on for months. Lamborghini invites enthusiasts and customers to see this process firsthand through the factory experience. The tour starts at the Museum of Technology, a nod to the company's history, before winding through the assembly lines and the upholstery and paint departments. Visitors see the blend of tradition and technology up close and leave with a sense of just how much care goes into every car. This commitment to craftsmanship is only part of the story. Lamborghini's obsession with innovation goes beyond the assembly line, shaping not just how their cars are made, but what they're made from. What truly sets Lamborghini apart isn't just the sound of the engine or the design of the body, it's what lies beneath the surface. Lamborghini's pursuit of performance has always depended on pushing boundaries, and nowhere is that more clear than in their early and relentless experimentation with carbon fiber. The turning point came in 1983 with the Countach Evoluzione. This prototype marked Lamborghini's first use of composite materials, carbon fiber and Kevlar, signaling a break from traditional metals. The result was a car that weighed about 500 kilograms less than its production peers, a difference that transformed speed, handling, and efficiency. To make this leap, Lamborghini established its own composites department and drew on expertise from working on Boeing 767 components, bringing aerospace know-how directly into the automotive world. Lamborghini's appetite for innovation didn't stop there. In 2007, the company teamed up with the University of Washington to develop advanced resin transfer molding, or RTM, technology. This new process made it possible to create complex carbon fiber structures at scale, and it became the foundation for the Aventador's monocoque chassis. Built using the proprietary RTM Lambo method, the Aventador's monocoque weighed just 229.5 kilograms. This wasn't just about saving weight, it was about achieving new levels of rigidity, safety, and balance, all while shaping the future of supercar design. But Lamborghini's approach to carbon fiber is about more than just structure. In 2010, they patented forged composites, a technology that allowed them to automate the production of complex shapes with a unique marbled look. This process made its debut in the Sesto Elemento, a car that tipped the scales at just 999 kilograms and demonstrated how lightweight construction could amplify every aspect of performance. Forged composites didn't just make cars lighter, it made new designs possible, combining speed, strength, and visual impact in ways that traditional methods couldn't match. Lamborghini continued to innovate with carbon skin in 2015, introducing a patented interior material that offered a three-dimensional texture and a softness to the touch, all while maintaining the weight advantages of carbon fiber. This wasn't just about performance, it was about creating an experience, blending tactile luxury with advanced engineering. The commitment to carbon fiber research became even more visible with the launch of the Advanced Composite Structures Laboratory in Seattle in 2016. Here, Lamborghini explored new uses for carbon fiber, not just for cars, but for entirely different fields. What do space stations and prosthetic implants have in common with your dream supercar? Lamborghini's carbon fiber journey reveals the surprising answer. In 2017, Lamborghini partnered with the Houston Methodist Research Institute to study how their materials could improve medical implants. By 2019, they were sending composite samples to the International Space Station, testing how these materials performed under the most extreme conditions imaginable. From the Countach Evolution to forged composites, carbon skin, and experiments in medicine and space, Lamborghini's work with carbon fiber is about more than chasing records. It's about refusing to accept limits, whether those are set by tradition, technology, or even gravity itself. Lamborghini's journey proves that transformation comes from a willingness to challenge the status quo. Instead, let's look at what Lamborghini's legacy means today. The company's rise from a tractor factory to a world leader in luxury performance is a story of ambition, risk, and the relentless pursuit of something better. Ferruccio turned a tractor insult into a supercar empire. What bold move will you make next? From the first 350 GT to the cutting-edge hybrids and electrics on the horizon, every Lamborghini is a product of vision, skill, and the drive to set new standards. If you enjoyed this look behind the Raging Bull, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment on which Lamborghini milestone surprised you most.